a tribute to Jimmy Carter, the legacy of a leader, statesman, and humanitarian. The world bid farewell to a true icon of leadership, compassion, and humanity. Former President Jimmy Carter passed away a week ago at his home in Plains, Georgia, at the age of 100. His life was a testament to service, not only to his country, but to humanity at large. Today, we take a closer look at the incredible journey of a man who redefined what it means to lead with heart and principle, the soldier and statesman. Before he was the governor of Georgia or the 39th President of the United States, Jimmy Carter was a naval officer, dedicated to serving his country in uniform. Secretary of Defense Lloyd J. Austin III paid tribute to Carter's military service, calling him a principled leader and a steadfast champion of human rights and democratic ideals. Graduating from the U.S. Naval Academy in 1946, Carter embarked on a military career that would shape his discipline and commitment. He served in the Navy on active duty from 1946 to 1953 and continued in the reserves until 1961, eventually reaching the rank of lieutenant. Carter's focus on innovation became evident early on as he was selected to work on the development of nuclear-powered submarines. In fact, he served on the first U.S. submarine built after World War II, a groundbreaking achievement in naval history. In recognition of his contributions, the USS Jimmy Carter, a nuclear-powered submarine, was commissioned in 2005. And in 2023, his legacy was immortalized at the U.S. Naval Academy with the renaming of Carter Hall in his honor, championing global security and diplomacy. As president, Carter's vision extended beyond the shores of America. He played a key role in strengthening NATO and other international alliances, ensuring a foundation for global security. One of his most impactful contributions was the Carter Doctrine, a bold policy that committed the United States to protecting stability and security in the Persian Gulf, even through military force if necessary. Carter's diplomatic acumen shone brightly on the global stage. He achieved what many thought impossible, brokering peace between Israel and Egypt with the Camp David Accords, a historic agreement that continues to inspire efforts for peace in the Middle East. He also established diplomatic relations with China, further solidifying his legacy as a leader committed to bridging divides, a post-presidency like no other. While most leaders fade into history after their time in office, Jimmy Carter only grew more impactful. After leaving the White House, Carter and his wife Rosalind founded the Carter Center, an organization dedicated to eradicating disease, promoting democracy, and building homes for the poor. His dedication to humanitarian work set a gold standard for what public service could look like beyond political office. From fighting neglected diseases like guinea worm to tirelessly advocating for human rights and free elections worldwide, Carter left an indelible mark on the lives of millions. Secretary Austin lauded his efforts, stating, "President Carter's lifelong leadership and deep faith will continue to inspire Americans and people around the world." A leader defined by faith and community. Jimmy Carter's life wasn't just about politics or diplomacy. It was deeply rooted in faith and community. After his father's passing, Carter returned home to Plains, Georgia, to manage his family's peanut farm. Here, he reconnected with his community, serving as a church deacon, Sunday school teacher, and even a board member of the local hospital and library. This grounding in faith inspired his passion for public service, and his humble beginnings remained a defining part of his character throughout his life. President Joe Biden reflected on this in a statement, saying, "Carter embodied the very best of America, a humble servant of God and the people, a heroic champion of global peace and human rights, and an honorable leader whose moral clarity and hopeful vision lifted our nation and changed our world." A legacy of hope and optimism. President Carter's influence extended far beyond policies and programs. His compassion, humility, and unwavering dedication to the greater good touched lives across the globe. President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden described him as a man of great character and courage, hope, and optimism, adding that he worked to eradicate disease, advance civil rights, and house the homeless while advocating for the world's most vulnerable. In a final act of recognition, President Biden has proclaimed January 9th as a national day of mourning in honor of Carter's life and legacy. Flags across the country will be lowered to half-staff for 30 days, a symbol of respect and gratitude for a man whose lifetime of service reshaped America's moral and humanitarian compass, a legacy that lives on. Jimmy Carter's story is one of extraordinary service, courage, and faith. From his early days as a naval officer to his historic presidency and his groundbreaking humanitarian work, Carter's life serves as a reminder of what can be achieved when compassion and principle guide leadership. As the world mourns his loss, we are left with the lessons he taught us: to serve selflessly, to act with kindness, and to lead with integrity. Jimmy Carter may have left this world, but his legacy will continue to inspire generations to come. Let us remember this extraordinary leader who showed us the true meaning of service, resilience, and hope.